This is a message from an imposter. But a professional imposter? But what is a professional imposter? Well, first of all, I'd recommend you to watch the full talk from Kyle Simpson held at JS Nation last year. But for now, let's start from the Professional Imposter Manifesto. Well, wait a second. If during an interview they say, do you know React? And you say, yeah, sure. Even if you've never written anything in React, that's not a professional imposter. You're just lying. But let's get back to the video. The first point is, as empirical leaning pragmatists, we rely more on what we can observe and do than the orthodox doctrines of the discipline. The thing is, let me just grab this slide Kyle used in the presentation, and I'm working on this, fill the blank, but it's not good enough to show others yet. If you're not showing your work yet because it's not good enough, well, you're missing out on potentially a lot of feedback and help on getting better. And again, when do you want to show what you're working on right now? You want to wait to be an expert? Well, you waited too long. I mean, how do you expect to become an expert by doing this by yourself alone in your room when you can just build in public, right? The build in public movement. You learn by doing. And in fact, the manifesto continues with, we're not afraid to lean into doing and learn from that doing so that we can do better next time. This also can be explained with a couple of slides. And the first one is this one. So a professional imposter is passionate enough to do early and often, patiently evolving observed experience into expertise, curious and willing to ask how and maybe even why. And the thing is, let me steal the last couple of slides from the presentation. If you do, well, then you can learn. And while learning, you also do. I mean, it's that simple. You can learn by doing, which brings us to the next bullet point. We're quick to admit, I don't know yet. Yet is the keyword. It's okay to not knowing something right now, today, but I don't know yet. If you're willing to improve on something, it's okay to not know it, but it's not an excuse to not start learning it. I mean, you cannot learn everything, but if there's something you want to learn, just do it. You don't know yet, but you can do, you can learn from what you're doing, and you will be better next time. So the same question you answer, I don't know yet, today, well, in 6 months, maybe you will say, yeah, I kind of know something. Which again brings the connection to the next one. We don't wait to get involved until we gather expertise or garner accolades. Which means you don't have to wait until you're an expert. And again, this goes back to this slide here. If you wait to jump into something only after you can be considered an expert, well, you waited too long. You can just jump on that train and start doing, start learning, and with practice, you can just get better. I mean, if before starting doing something, you wait, you study, it's like the first bullet point here. But how can you learn by doing? Well, you have to be passionately curious, always asking how and why. That's simple, but sometimes overlooked. Every time you learn something new, you should never stop at the thing you just learned, but you also should get deeper until a certain point, but keep asking how and why. How is this thing working this way? And why was it implemented this way and not this other way? Because there are different approaches to implement a solution, to implement something, but why was this approach chosen over the others? And this will open a lot of possibilities, a lot of learning possibilities. You can also compare different solutions, different approaches, understand why one was chosen over the others, and this will give you a lot of insights which are not only useful for that specific thing, but maybe when you learn something else, you remember, hey, yeah, that time we chosen that path and not the other one. This was the reason, maybe we can apply this one here. So you hugely deepen your knowledge, and this will get really useful on the long run. But let's go on the next bullet point, that is we cycle between doing and learning and back again. And again, this was the slide. So you learn because you're doing something. You keep doing so that you can learn again. And it's not just mindless doing without thinking about that, obviously. Every time you do something, you should also reflect, stop and pause for a moment and ask how, ask why, and that's a really good way to learn so that you can keep doing and obviously keep improving. And improving means that what came before was probably not the best solution right now, but you have to honor that because it's the best outcome you were able to produce before. So you learn something from what you produced before and you're eagerly looking for opportunities to do better next time. But doing better next time means that you did something the previous time so that you can improve. If you never start doing something, how are you supposed to improve? Improve from what? Moving on, we respect all our peers as valued equals with infinite capacity. This is quite interesting. And we seek to inspire and build off their enthusiasm to expand our own. What does that mean? Well, we consider that everyone around us, all our peers, have infinite capacity. We can read that as they have infinite growing potential. So as long as you keep inspiring and building the enthusiasm of people around you, this will obviously insert you in a better environment and this will expand your own enthusiasm, expertise, skills, and whatever. As long as you help the others to grow and improve, this will automatically help you in improving and growing yourself. There's also a quote that Cal said during the talk, "There are no experts. We're just in different stages of figuring it out," which is true. There's no super expert on something, it's just someone who did more than you, learned more than you, but not because he's special. You can also do that learn, do cycle and get better and get to that point and even more. So just keep doing. And the last bullet point in the manifesto is that we spread this inclusive and proactive imposter message, inviting everyone we encounter to collaborate in that better future. And that's what I'm doing right now. So as long as you're in the impostor.li page, if you believe in the Professional Imposter Manifesto, you can sign your name. And now you can share the movement with others. Let me recommend you once more to watch the full 46-minute talk held by Kyle, but I summarized it in this 10 minutes video, not because I'm the best one in doing so, but because I'm a professional imposter. I'd like to get better in sharing valuable content here on YouTube, and the best way to do so is by trying to share valuable content on YouTube. That's what you can find here in this manifesto. If you really want to support me and my work, you can subscribe to this channel. That is where I talk about open source, GitHub, web development, and things I like about the development career. Clicking the like button is not just a vanity metrics, but will also inform YouTube that you like this video and it will share it to a wider audience. So it's free for you, but it will support me, my work and my channel a lot. So thank you for subscribing and for hitting the like button. With that said, you can continue watching my channel with a video that is floating somewhere here. You can leave a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one.